The Roger the Wild Child Show is brought to you by our friends at Prism Design Company. Are you looking for a cool new logo for your business? Do you need some graphics for your new website or blog? Our friends at Prism Design are a premier graphics design company that can handle all your needs. You can find Prism Design Company on Facebook or contact them directly at 618-534-4291. All the great graphics on the Roger the Wild Child Show are brought to you by our friends at Prism Design Company.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, let's go!
Hey y'all, it's time for the Roger the Wild Child Show.
Roger the Wild Child Show.
Here we go again with another boot-scootin' kickin' episode of the Nashville edition of the Roger the Wild Child Show with your host, Roger the Wild Child, along with his crazy sidekicks, the sassy southern sweetheart Megan Bennett, country rock musician Patrick James, and singer-songwriter, social media girl Kristen Kay. And want to know what's the nitty-gritty from Music City? Elise Harper has your Nashville music news. Yeehaw! Let's do this.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show!
It's Roger the Wild Child Show!
All right, everyone, and welcome to Roger the Wild Child Show. How are you guys all doing today? I can't seem to get the...
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
We are up. Yes.
What's happening, brother?
It's Wednesday, and the party is here.
The party is here.
Yes, and people are watching. People are all over the place. Aaron Hogan is checking in. And hey, Aaron. Frankie McDonald is YouTube sensation. He's always watching the Roger the Wild Child Show.
Frankie.
Frankie. You know, I have to bring Frankie back on my show. He does the weather on YouTube. He's the amateur weatherman. He's got like 50 gazillion followers on YouTube and social media and so forth. So
that's incredible.
He was our weatherman for a couple seasons, and obviously, things shift with the show, and people come and go, and
right.
Well, I should have Frankie pop on every once in a while and do weather for us.
Frankie needs to pop on and say hi. I agree.
Absolutely. So, anyways, hey, maybe you know what? Maybe let me do this. Let me send him a link and see if he will pop on and join us. You never know.
I'd love to meet him.
You know what? He's awesome. Let me go ahead and send this over to him real quick and see if he will pop in. Okay, I'll tell him to join us. Here we go. All right. So if he pops on, perfect. So anyways, we got a great show ahead of us. We got Carlyle Griffin. She has a beautiful voice. She is very talented. She's out of Nashville. She's got this folk music and type of sound to her. So she's going to be coming up on the show here momentarily. But guess who joined us? Let's bring him on. Frankie.
All right.
Frankie.
City, Nova Scotia, my area ranking above 25.
You're breaking up, Frankie. You're in a bad reception area. Okay. All right, Frankie. Frankie, you're gonna have to come back.
He froze.
He froze. Okay. So yeah, maybe Frankie will come back and pop back on here in a few.
Love to meet him.
Definitely. So we got some news coming up. We got Elise Harper with Nashville Music News. So Elise, good old Elise. So let's go ahead and bring her on.
First couple go left, first couple go right. Dixie style to an ocean wave. All eight circulate.
Y'all ready for some Nashville news? Skunks at the Barnyard, PU!
Hey Roger Wildchild fam, Elise Harper here bringing you your Nashville music news. I can't be on the show tonight because I have to go to an event at a publishing company, But you know I love all the drama, so I'm going to bring you that Nashville music news. Let's start it off with some exciting news. Carrie Underwood will be joining Guns N' Roses on tour for 3 shows. She's going to be opening up for them, so that's super exciting. Carrie says she can't wait. It's a dream come true, and she is just bursting at the seams to get on the road with them. The shows that she will be appearing at are going to be August 5th, 8th, and 26th. So excitingly enough, the 26th, August 26th, that show is going to be here in Nashville. So if you want to see Carrie open for Guns N' Roses, make sure you get those tickets for Bridgestone Arena on August 26th. Some other exciting news. Dolly Parton shares how she keeps her marriage spicy and her husband happy. So Dolly and her husband have been married for 57 years. Wow, Dolly, congratulations. That in itself is just
57 years?
So not everyone stays together anymore. That's amazing, Dolly. Congrats to you and your hubby. But yeah, Dolly says, you know, I dress up for the rest of the world. I'm not going to look like a flop around the house, so I like to dress up, do my hair, and put some makeup on for my husband. That way we can keep things spicy. I love that, girl. You go. All right, in other exciting news, Scotty McQuarrie has been rewarded a special honor in his home state. So congrats, Scotty. Scotty has been inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame class of 2023. So that's amazing. Congratulations. Scotty said that he is beyond honored and he's been wanting and wishing for this for a really long time. So I'm so happy for you, Scotty. That's so exciting. And your home state should celebrate you. So good job, North Carolina. Well deserved. In other exciting news, Jana Kramer got engaged to her boyfriend, Alan Russell. So if you didn't know, the couple has only been together for 6 months. But Jana says when you know, you know. And she believes that Alan Russell is her person, and she is so excited to marry her best friend. She cannot wait. She did wish that she was the one that had been able to tell her ex-husband the news, but unfortunately, her daughter spilt the beans over FaceTime by saying, Daddy, Daddy, Mommy got engaged. So while Jana did want to tell her husband that, she didn't want to keep any secrets from her daughter, and she didn't want her daughter keeping any secrets from her dad. So great mom. And you know, sometimes kids just say the darndest things. So all around, Jana's ex was very, very excited that she found somebody that she loves and can trust, and he says that she deserves it. So it seems like everybody in that situation is very happy. All right, you guys, our last little bit of Nashville music news absolutely breaks my heart to say, but Tina Turner is no longer with us. Tina passed at the age of 86 last Wednesday in Switzerland. She had been dealing with a long-term illness that was not named, so I'm not 100% sure what it was, but it says that she was surrounded by family and friends and that she did pass peacefully. So to the Queen of Rock and Roll, let's have a moment of silence. Tina, you will forever be missed. You will forever be the Queen of Rock and Roll. And Proud Mary will always be my favorite song. All right, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I wish I could be there with you tonight for the show, but I hope y'all enjoyed this little bit of Nashville music news. Take care. Bye.
All right, Elise Harper, Nashville music news.
Great job, Elise. That was great.
Good job. Yes. All right. She gets cowbell.
She gets cowbell.
She gets more cowbell.
More cowbell.
More cowbell. All right, guys. So we have a, like I said, amazing, fun show. We got a great guest. We're going to go ahead and bring her on. Please welcome singer-songwriter Carlyle Griffin.
Carlisle. Yeah.
You get cowbell too, so
Thank
you're
you so
good.
much. I'm honored.
Yes.
Hey,
as
when
you
Roger
should
gives
be.
you more cowbell, that's a good sign.
It is. It is a good
Very
sign.
Pleasure to meet you, Carlisle. And
Yeah.
the horn. Wow.
And a horn.
You
Yeah.
haven't even sang a song yet.
All the bells and whistles. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
That's the show. I mean, that's what it's all about. All right. So anyway, so Carlisle, welcome to the show. You came to Nashville in 2021. Interesting journey to get you to where you're at right now. You've got a new song that's out. Things are blowing up for you. I mean, you couldn't be in a better spot than you are right now.
Yeah, it's really crazy to think that I've been here almost 2 years already. It's flown by. I've had so much fun. I've met so many amazing people and got to do so many incredible things. So I'm extremely happy where I'm at right now and all that's to come in the near future.
Mm-hmm. So what's your journey to Nashville look like? I mean, before, on your way to Nashville, I mean, growing up.
Yeah, so I grew up in Walterboro, South Carolina. I was about an hour from the coast down there. So grew up spending a lot of time at the beach and did a lot of music. As a young child, I started off singing in church, I think as a lot of musicians and vocalists do. Started there, continued to do choir throughout high school and college. Started playing in a little cover band in college as well. And somewhere in between all then, picked up guitar and started to write songs and found that it was just something that I really, really loved and enjoyed doing. And I thought that I was, good at it. And the more that I got into it and was going through my college experience, I just kept feeling this pull that it was something I needed to try professionally. So when I graduated from Clemson in 21, I made the decision to move to Nashville and moved here. I knew one person. I didn't have a job. I had no idea what I was going to do.
Sounds like a lot of people that come to Nashville. They come and don't have a job. They have a vision. They get to Nashville because everybody wants to be a big singer in Nashville. And that's why you see singers on every single corner in Nashville, and no job. So you just joined the whole crew. What happened with you is you got lucky. You got noticed.
I did. I got extremely lucky. The first week I was here, would just walk up and down the street, went down on Broadway in Midtown, putting in applications just to wait tables or bartend. And I only had one place call me back, and it was Live Oak on Demumbrian Street. I didn't know anything about the bar when I went in and ended up getting the job. But Live Oak hosts a lot of great songwriters rounds in town. And so through having that job and working there, I've been able to meet so many people that work in the business or alongside, and so many amazing artists that I've been able to collaborate with. So I really did.
Like who? Who have you worked with?
Well, it's actually a good story here. I met a girl, her name is Allison Park, the first week that I was working there. And I really enjoyed the performance that she did. And I got to talk to her a little bit when she got finished. And we went out for coffee together the next week. And I just wanted to, pick her brain kind of about her experience in Nashville as a songwriter. And she invited me out to another round that she was playing that night that was hosted by a friend of hers. And so I went and saw her, and she introduced me to her friend that ran it. And he said, would you like to play? I have a slot open next week. Mm-hmm. I said, yeah, of course. I'd love to. I mean, I've been here, 2 or 3 weeks already.
Nice.
I jumped to the opportunity to get up on stage and play. And he said, well, just, send me any kind of music that you've got on hand, just so I can kind of get a feel for your sound and see who might be a good fit to put you with on who I've got on the round next week. So I had recorded a demo right before I moved to Nashville when I was living in Charleston over the summer. And I sent it to him. I said, it's not finished yet, but this is the most recent thing that I have. And he called me about 2 days later, and he goes, what is it that you want to do with this song? I said, well, I would really love to put it out. I want it to be my first single. And he goes, well, I'm also a producer, and I would really love to help you finish this song if that's your vision for it. So his name is Joel Jorgensen. He has been my producer since I first moved to town. He's done all 3 singles that I've put out. And now he's my manager. So it's been a great little relationship that's come out of that. And that first song that we ended up doing together won me my first songwriting award at the Josie Music Awards. It won Folk Americana Single of the Year last year.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah,
Congrats.
no, it's super
Yeah.
special. I mean, it's just
Yeah, that's special.
right place, right time.
Perfect.
I'm extremely blessed and grateful to be in the position I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely. And you live in Nashville, but you don't necessarily play country music. So what genre we you say you specialize in?
That is a great question, and I am still searching for the answer. Um, I have so many different influences that it makes it kind of hard for me to determine what exactly my genre is.
It's all good.
So I kind of just shove it into the, I guess, indie folk sort of realm, just
Mhm.
because that covers a lot of things. But like I said, I grew up on the beach a lot, and
Okay.
a huge thing in South Carolina is the shag dance, which is done primarily to beach music, which is your sort of like 60s sort of doo-wop Temptations, Four Tops kind of stuff. So I grew up listening to a lot of that. It's still some of my favorite music. Then got into a little bit more of the sort of classic rock sort of
Mhm.
genre, and then flipped over into a little bit more of the folky singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell stuff. And then also while I was at Clemson, I was a member of a jazz ensemble and started to really get
Wow.
into that as well. So it's just a conglomeration of a lot of different things, and I'm still trying to figure out what to name it. But I think it's, it's nice not to have to put a label on it, because
Yeah.
I can kind of just do whatever. I make music. I make my music. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's mine.
Mhm.
So
I agree with that. It's awesome to just put out great songs, and if they fall into each category, that's fine.
Mhm.
You're a crossover artist. There's nothing wrong with that. The
exactly.
lane will find you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And it can be difficult because I am surrounded by people who really know what they want to do, which is country music. That's
Mhm.
still king here in Nashville, even though
Well,
are so many other different genres.
Nashville's not country music anymore. I mean, there's a
No,
lot
I
of
mean, no, it's not. But I
No.
country's got
still
a lot of
think,
lanes.
yeah, I
Country's got
think
a
from
lot of
what I
lanes right now.
see,
You know what I mean?
it's still the majority. But the thing that I love about Nashville is that's not it. There are so many different communities and different genres and things going on, and it's just a community of a bunch of great and talented musicians. So there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
But it still can be frustrating sometimes when you are in a position that you don't really know what lane you want to go in, and you see so many people that are so confident in what they're doing, and they know where they're going and what road they're on already. You just have to remember that everybody's on a different journey and a
Yeah.
different path. And it's not that,
Yeah.
you won't figure it out. It's just that you haven't yet.
Yes, absolutely. Richard Lee on YouTube is chiming in. Hey, what's happening?
What's
and
happening, Richard Lee?
and Kevin Griffin says, "Go Clemson, girl. We love you."
Hey, Dad. Love you too.
Hey, no, it's Dad.
What's
That's
up,
Dad.
Dad?
He gets cowbell too.
That's it. Show that support.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Carlisle. I know we asked up front that if you could play a song for us or two.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give you the spotlight
Okay.
to go ahead and pick a song that you would like to sing for us and give us a little backstory about it.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna start with this one's a little bit newer. I wrote it not too long ago, and it's more of a sort of jazzier feel than I think a lot of what I've been writing lately. But I wrote this song about leaving a situation that you don't necessarily want to leave, but you need to. And this song is called Love You Less.
Mhm.
I thought that leaving was all that I needed to do, to make a clean break, to escape the idea of you. Still here I am wondering how you you've been as I'm taking the long way home. Losing all of my money, honey, as every memory takes its toll. Oh, I should feel better now, I suppose, since lightening that heavy load. But I'm afraid I miss the weight of your head on my chest. No, I can't love you anymore, but Lord, I don't love you any less. I awake most days in that familiar haze. Those dreams of you bring down. I don't know just how far I must go to remind myself I'm the one that puts you out. I've been dying, trying to regain a hold on my heart. If you would have been good to me, baby, this probably wouldn't be so hard. Oh, I should feel better now, I suppose, since lightening that heavy load. But I'm afraid I miss the weight of your head on my chest. No, I can't love you anymore, but Lord, I don't love you any less. Oh, no, no, I should feel better now, but I don't feel better now, 'cause I'm afraid that I'll always miss the weight of your head on my chest. I know I can't love you anymore, but Lord, I don't love you any less. No, no.
Woo, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. There we go.
Fantastic.
Awesome. What a voice that is.
Beautiful.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh.
That was
You
great.
definitely took me away on that one. I was like
Um,
melted.
Thank you so much.
Definitely took me for a ride. That was beautiful.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of soul, a lot of feel. Love it. Love it. Great tune.
Thank
Great
you.
job. Bravo.
Thank you.
No,
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
that was awesome. Definitely. If you guys have a question or comment, go ahead and shoot a comment in the chat here. Say hi to Carlisle. So Carlisle, you're now established in Nashville.
Mhm.
So how's the surroundings? The support that you have around you right now?
It's strong. I mean, it has been since I got here. My family is extremely supportive of me, and have thoroughly encouraged me to pursue this, even though it's not the most conventional path. I'm sure they would love for me to have a 9-to-5 job. But they know that this is what I love to do and this is what I want to do. And I think that they really know too that it's something I'm destined for. And we've got a lot of close family friends that feel the same way. And I'm really, really blessed to have a great support system at home, which makes all of the people that I've met here icing on top of the cake. Because I do have a lot of great supportive friends that I've met since I've been here as well, that have been really instrumental in helping me to propel myself forward. It's really easy to get caught in this sort of headspace of,
Right.
oh, well, this person like does this better than me, or they're such a better writer than I am, or they're a better performer or whatever. Like, they say comparison is the thief of joy, and that is so true. And when you're surrounded by so many talented people, you kind of just have to learn to appreciate them for what they're able to do and not cast that back on yourself.
Make it your own.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You just have to understand that there is nobody else like you, and you got to find your strengths and what makes you unique and really drive that home, because that's what sets you apart. Not if you're more talented or better at this or that or the other. It's just learning to be the truest version of yourself that sets you out there.
I will say this over and over again, until I'm blue in the face. But you have your mainstream artists that are on the radio all over, the world and the U.S. On every radio station in every city. But you know what? There's the independent artists. I feel are a lot more talented than your mainstream radio artists. It just seems like there's too many hands in the cookie jar with these mainstream artists, that these artists don't get a chance to use their creativity. They're using other people's creativity. And as an independent artist, you have that freedom to be able to express your music, express how you want the song portrayed, not how some mega producer wants the sound of your song to be.
Absolutely.
And then you're able to put it up on Spotify or Apple Music and all the platforms, and it's yours. It's speaking from your heart, not some producer's heart.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a really difficult path to be an independent artist, but I think this is probably the easiest time in the history of the industry to be one, because it is so accessible to record your music, to put it out, to get it heard, to market yourself. There's so many tools to do that these days that it makes it a little bit easier
to navigate.
To navigate that. You don't have to necessarily have the backing of a big label to get your music heard. Not that it's easy to do it without one, or that sort of financial support, because it is still so expensive to be out here by yourself trying to record and market it well and get it heard and all that stuff. It's not without its challenges, but it is, I would say, almost worth it to still have that creative control and be able to write the music you want to write and perform the way you want to perform and do the things that you want to do as an artist that you feel really speak to your brand or who it is that you really truly are. I know that the music that I write is probably not exactly commercially accessible, and it may never be, but I write songs that mean something to me, that make me happy, music that I would want to listen to. And I don't know, that might not be appealing to someone who's just trying to make money off of a record. But I can still take it out and I can tour it around. And the great thing about music is it is so subjective. There's going to be someone who loves it. It might not be everyone. It might be one person, might be 7, might be 7,000. You never know. But just because one person doesn't appreciate it doesn't mean somebody else will.
Right.
So you just kind of have to go out there and figure out where your people are.
That's great. Well said. Yeah, you got your finger on the pulse. It's a big world out there. You only need a slice of the pie,
Right.
And today's new artists, you're creating a brand for yourself, and once you create a brand, down the road you can find a partner that could, whether it be a label or whatever the case may be, that believes in your brand. Because there's a flip side of the coin of being an independent artist. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
But the flip side is when you have a label or a partner that you can, work with that sees your vision, then you could explode and then the game changes.
Exactly.
Not to say that indie artists, I think it's great. I think so many the indie artists today are the future of tomorrow. So, but everything starts with a great song,
Right.
and like you said, you just got to find your lane, find your audience, and the rest will follow itself. But being honest, writing songs that move you are going to move people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm a believer of that. I'm a believer of the song will set you free, and
absolutely.
and that's really where it starts, and it will end.
Great.
Yeah,
So you got your finger on the pulse. I like what you're
I
saying.
totally agree. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to feel that at shows where I play songs, and I can tell by the mood of the crowd when I'm playing it that somebody's attaching to it.
Yeah.
But people
They're
will come up
engaged.
after me and tell me how it made them feel and that they loved it so much. And I mean, that's my favorite part about the whole thing is just performing and connecting with other people. Because I love to see the way that it makes other people happy.
Yeah.
Listen to that stuff.
It's a great feeling, right?
Oh my God. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Sharon Cheek on YouTube says, "Hey, Carlisle, great job, girl. Keep chasing that dream. You've got the talent. Love you."
Love you
Go,
too.
girl.
That's my aunt. Told you that family's supportive.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. You're like, "I'm going to be on the Roger the Wild Child show." And they're like, "Who's that?"
Yeah, they're logged in. I think I saw my cousin pop up earlier, Brandon. I don't know if he's still here, but I saw
Brandon
him.
Cheek. Yep.
Brandon.
There's his comment. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's lovely. I love to see that support. It's what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm looking at the views right now, and they're really up. I mean, I was like, wow. I mean, she definitely has a following coming here. So, Kathleen Archer, so proud of you, Carlisle. Your Archer family loves you.
I love y'all so much.
Here all day long, cuz Brandon is still watching. Awesome.
It's great.
Oh, it makes me feel good.
I think you should play another song for us.
I do too.
Sure.
I think you should play your new song.
Well, see, here's the thing about that new song, and I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Okay.
I cannot play it on acoustic guitar anymore.
Oh.
Because what happened with that one, and this is another testament to the creative process. I wrote it on acoustic guitar first because that's pretty much how I do all of my songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I shared it with my producer Joel, and he loved it. I was home in South Carolina. I had just gotten back from vacation, so I wasn't quite in Nashville yet. But when I got back a couple weeks later, went over to his home studio and we cut a demo of it. And when we got done, I was listening to it and I was like, this just doesn't sound like me.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like my vibe. It's not really where I want to go with it. So he instructed me to maybe dig around a little bit and find some inspiration in some other songs that maybe we would want to kind of take that vibe towards. And I did that and found Spanish Moon by Little Feat and brought that back to him. And it's kind of got that like swinging sort of bass drum horn thing going on at the beginning there. And I wanted horns too. I wanted horns on a song. I've wanted it for forever. I'm such a huge fan of a horn section.
Love it.
Yeah.
And I wanted it on the last song, and he told me I couldn't have it because it was going to make it just too muddy.
Yeah.
He was right. I give him that. He was right. That's hard for me to say. But I said, for this one, we have to have it. I'm not going to do a song with that one. So we changed it up a little bit so that it would fit that sort of groove. But in the process, really lost almost all of the guitar part because we changed the progression and the groove. So trying to play it on acoustic guitar is an absolute bear.
Gotcha.
Nothing.
Okay.
Like,
what would you like to play for us?
Play another one.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I will play the one that I mentioned earlier that I released first after I moved to Nashville. That won the award. I like to say that I wrote this song about my favorite hobby that has really informed my love of songwriting and has also been a testament to my incredibly shitty driving record. But this song is called Symptomatic Daydream.
All right, here we go. Carlyle Griffin on the Roger the Wild Child Show.
Well, I've been awake for hours just staring at the ceiling, watching the world spinning around. Frozen in the moment, just to wonder what the meaning of it is when it all crashes down. And tell me, can you hear it? Or is the silence just way too loud? Oh, and tell me, did you mean it? When you said you'd always be around in my symptomatic daydream. Oh, well, I'm walking down the street, taking in the breeze and bubbling over matters of the mind. Well, if you want a front row ticket to the show, then you're gonna have to take some time to tell me if you feel it. The desire I got for you. Oh, and tell me, did you mean it? When you said that you want me to in my symptomatic daydream. Oh, yeah. In my symptomatic daydream. Oh. Well, I would if I could slip into reality, but that's the one place, baby, you don't seem to see me. Oh, and dreaming of you helps me to see the world in color. Do you think we could think that way about each other sometime soon? Oh, well, nothing seems too extreme. My symptomatic daydream. Oh, yeah. In my symptomatic daydream. Well, the night's getting dark, air's getting cold. It's time that I turn in again. Though I hate that it's true, I'll be thinking of you. Do you think you'll be dropping in to tell me if you feel this? Weighing heavy on my mind. Oh, and tell me, did you mean it? When you said you want to spend some time in my symptomatic daydream. Oh, yeah. In my symptomatic daydream. Oh, in my symptomatic daydream. Oh, yeah. In my symptomatic daydream. Oh, don't you know you're all that I see, all I see in my symptomatic daydream. Oh, in my symptomatic daydream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. All right.
Awesome. That is brilliant. I
Thank
love
you.
that. I see why that song shot up. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was a good one. I wrote that one. I think I was maybe my sophomore year at Clemson when I wrote that song.
Great tune.
So it's an older one, but that was a funny one too, that I kind of changed the whole thing when I took it to record the demo, because this one also had a different chord progression. And I heard a song on my drive to the studio. It's called Glory Strums by His Golden Messenger. He's more of, I think, like a folk indie artist too. He's really good, but I heard that song and I was like, I love the way this sounds. This is so cool. And I wanted something more like that for the song that I had written. So when I got to the studio, I sat down on my guitar and tried to figure out what I had to do to make it sound like that. And found that progression. and worked it out. And now it's one of my favorite songs I think I've ever written.
Great tune.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it is.
Fun playing it too.
Thank you.
It's got a little R&B vibe to it too, I have to say.
A little. Yeah.
I'm feeling that, you know.
It's got
A
some
little-
jazzy little chords going on. in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Very nice. Very
Thank
nice. Nice phrasing too.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So
Well
where are
done.
you touring to?
Where am I touring to?
Any big shows coming up here anytime soon?
I am playing next week. Brickshore Media is putting on a showcase during CMA Fest. So we are at the Cambria Hotel, I believe, in the True Music Room they've got over there. So I'm doing a little set for that next week. And then the week after, I'm going to Lake Murray that following day, actually.
Nice.
For the weekend, some friends of mine from college, the guys that I played in a band with there, they put on a little music festival in Lake Murray every year called Point Fest. It's a huge event. It's gained a lot of momentum over the last couple of years. I think we've done it, 5 or 6 years now. This might be it.
Oh, wow.
But I'm going to be going back for that and doing a set with my guys from home, which I'm always so excited about. I love getting to go back and play with them. It always feels so comfortable. We had a great chemistry. We played together for, I think, 5 years in total, my entire college career, and then an extra year before I moved, or some extra time before I moved to Nashville.
Nice.
And I still play with them whenever I get a chance. But so after that, I get back to Nashville, and I'm doing a tribute show for this company called Pickle Jar. They are doing a Prince tribute show at Live.
Oh, wow.
So
Awesome.
I'm going to be doing a song of mine, but also covering a Prince song. I'm doing Purple Rain. So
Love it.
I am a huge Prince fan, and I've wanted to do that song forever.
Can we get a clip? Can we get an idea of what it sounds like? You think you can? I know I'll throw you on the spot on this one.
I'm trying to see if I remember how it starts. It's like the only verse I can remember is "Don't wanna be your weekend lover, only wanna be some kind of friend, only wanna see you dancing in the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain." Something like that. I can't.
There you go. Love it.
I'll
Very
talk
nice.
about it, of course. Don't think I sound like that.
Sorry for throwing you on the spot like that,
That's
but
okay.
that's what we do it here. We do that here all the time. We throw people
Yeah,
on the
no, it's
spot.
fine. I have
We do.
this thing I like to call lyric amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
I labeled that when I was playing in that cover band because I'm pretty good with lyrics. If the song's playing, if I can sing along, I know what's going on most of the time. And I remember song lyrics like I remember lines in a movie. But if you just try to, like, out of nowhere ask me to sing it, without any backup, probably can't do it because I get in my own head and think that I don't know what I know. even though I do.
Yeah.
It
It's
happens. It
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
I did that to myself. We used to cover Drops of Jupiter by Train, and the back half of the song where it comes back and repeats like the first verse or bridge or whatever. I messed it up one time, and then for 3 years after that, I had to look at the words every single time I sang that song.
Yeah,
know
it happens. I know it happens.
But I
It
would
happens.
psych myself out every time I got to that part, and I had to look.
All right, Carlyle Griffin, where can everybody find your music, and where are you on social media?
So I am Carlyle Griffin Music on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And then you can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and that's all under Carlyle Griffin.
Awesome. I appreciate you taking some time and joining us and being part of the show. Your music is awesome.
Thank you.
And I'm already following your music. So
Well, I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for having me. This is awesome.
Fantastic
no,
work.
absolutely.
You sound great. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Don't second guess yourself. Just write great. Just try to write great songs and just get out there and do shows. The rest will follow itself.
Absolutely.
Don't spend too much time figuring out what lane you're going down. Just great songs will bring you down the lane you need to go, and you're doing it.
It'll
You're
find
doing it.
Very, very impressive.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
Thanks.
Hey, real quick question before I let you go. Have you ever heard of YouTube sensation Frankie McDonald?
Where's Frankie?
I did. I heard a little rumbling about him earlier, I think.
I mean, he's got 1 zillion followers on YouTube. He's an amateur weatherman. He predicted the weather the earthquake back in 2010, I believe. Frankie, remind me here in a second. And he's blown up. I mean, he does like these little skits on YouTube. Yeah. Guy eats 50 hot dogs at one time. I mean, just crazy stuff.
Frankie.
Hey, Roger. I'm doing great so far. And hi, the others too. I'm doing great. Deborah Drakes is doing great. D-Stays there. Chef's doing great. Moonshine Shenanigans is doing great. It's mild outside in Sydney, Nova Scotia. So right now, it's still mild over where I'm at right now. Things are great so far. I'm having a great day. Total solar eclipse is headed for Sydney, Nova Scotia on Monday, April 8, 2024. You're coming to Sydney that time.
Okay, so Carlisle, ask him where a weather is somewhere in the world. Just ask him. Just pick up a spot and ask him.
Okay. Tell me how the weather is in Huron, South Dakota.
Right now, here in South Dakota, is going to bring lots of thunderstorms this weekend as well. Lots of thunderstorms. Watch out for large hail that can smash windshields. And like a storm chaser, Aaron J. Jack from the... I got major news. Storm chaser Aaron J. Jack, extreme meteorologist Aaron J. Jack, met me in person on Friday, September 23rd, 2022. The day before Hurricane Fiona hit Sydney, Nova Scotia, I had no power for the whole week in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And I had to go down to Warwalk to get Wi-Fi. And I had to go to public places to get the Wi-Fi where it's power because my house had no power for the whole week. For Hurricane Fiona, I had to eat in restaurants because I had no power in my house because it was so bad because telephone pole was upside down, telephone pole snapped to half. Then the power came back on my house on October 1st. But no internet till 2 days later after that.
All right, you guys are watching the show. Why don't you put a comment in and shoot out a city you want your weather forecast, and Frankie will just tell you where it is. So just shoot up in the chat a city anywhere in the world that you want to know, and we're going to test Frankie's weather knowledge. Patrick, why don't you give him a city?
Frankie, tell me what's going on in Phoenix, Arizona.
Right now, Phoenix, Arizona is going to bring cooler than average temperatures this weekend. Coming home in the Gary and Dino show this weekend. That's where Dino DeMello and Gary, they live in Phoenix, Arizona, the host of the Gary Dino show. Gary's the host of the Gary Dino show. He lives in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Frankie, I'm really impressed.
Okay, so Brandon Cheek says, Frankie, I need to go on a boat ride in Bluffton, South Carolina this weekend. How's the weather?
It's going to bring warm weather. It's going to bring lots of showers, things like this, and on and off showers in South Carolina as well.
So is that a yes? Should we go on the boat this weekend?
That means that I don't know yet. It's going to be changed to showers. It's going to bring wetter than average all across the eastern United States.
How about Fort Myers, Florida?
Right now, it's going to bring change to showers. The risk of thunderstorms in Fort Myers, Florida this weekend as well.
Okay.
All
right.
Good.
Frankie, I'm just going to get your phone number, man. Forget about the news. I'm just going to text you.
You don't need the Weather Channel. You just need.
And this you're here with
Right,
this. Deborah Drakes is doing great. Darren Chef's doing great. And Moonshine Shenanigans doing great. I will say hi to Moonshine Shenanigans.
All right, all these people that have partaked in the Roger the Wild Child show over the last few years, yes, they're great people, and you know what, they're doing their own paths, and we're excited to have them on. And Frankie just pops in every once in a blue moon. Sometimes he's always watching our show when we're popping on live, and he's always throwing comments up. But yeah. So I am in Houston, Texas. Tell me what the weather's going to be this weekend in Houston.
Chance of thunder showers and humid weather in Houston, Texas this weekend coming as well. There's a possible typhoon aiming towards Japan next week.
Next week.
I'm impressed.
Yes.
So what about how about New York?
New York is supposed to bring really humid this week. It's supposed to get hot weather Thursday and Friday, and Saturday's going to bring some warm weather in New York City, but sunny with cloudy periods in New York City as well.
Okay, great. Because I'm upstate New York.
Yeah.
So you're pretty on point there, Frankie.
You are.
And Roger, I have a band coming in for a writing session from Texas. They're coming in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Oh, to Houston, or they're coming
No,
to
they're
you?
coming to New York. They're going to come to my studio.
Hey,
Oh,
and
sweet.
did you hear about this? My social media, my Twitter is at Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie MacDown. My Instagram is Frankie MacD984. My TikTok is Frankie Down984. My Clapper is Frankie Down984. My Twitch is Frankie Down984. My Snapchat is Frankie AMCDON. My LinkedIn is Frankie McDowell. And my YouTube channel is Dogs Wolves. Best luck, I'm Frank Down. You're listening to Roger the Wild Child Show.
Woo!
Woo! Thank
That
you,
was
Frankie.
hot, man. That was a mic drop.
That
great.
was.
I don't think I could remember all that if I tried.
I know, right?
I have to read that off the script.
Roger, you're funny. That was great. He was awesome.
Yeah, he
So,
was. It's always fun to pop him on every once in a while. Yeah.
The Moonshine, when I was a guest on your show, weren't they one of the hosts? Moonshine.
We did a segment with the Moonshiners.
They're
yes.
funny as hell, man. Those
Yeah.
guys are great. Yeah. Okay.
Brandon says, "My guy is a savant."
Yeah, he is.
Oh
that's
my
great.
gosh.
Love it.
All right. So, Carlisle, thanks again for joining the show. We appreciate having you
Yeah,
on.
Thank you for having
Carlisle,
me.
do you ever get out of town? Do you ever tour like East Coast, Northeast, Midwest? You stay in your pocket? Have you ever gone on tour, on tour?
Not yet, but that is on my list of things to do next.
Yeah.
I play back in South Carolina a good bit, in the Charleston area, but I'm definitely looking to expand markets here in the next year. So
Good.
Keep a lookout.
Absolutely.
I'll be looking.
Yeah.
And let me know when you come to Houston.
Absolutely, we'll do.
All right, awesome.
We should add her to the road show. I think. She should be a great asset.
we're gonna create the
gotta
Roger the
link
Wild
up.
Child road show.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. Yeah.
Connect to my Instagram, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll build the team.
Yes,
Roger.
absolutely.
Sounds good.
It'll be fun.
Good, guys.
All right, Carlisle
Thanks for having
Griffin,
me.
thank you once again for joining us here on the Roger the Wild Child show.
Of course. Thank
Great
you.
meeting you. You sounded
Yeah,
great.
you
I wish
too.
you the best of
Thanks so
luck.
much.
Keep doing your thing.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet
Alrighty.
both of you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah. Well, what an amazing voice she has.
She's
I
good.
mean, a lot of
Really,
talent
really
and skill.
Very, very, very beautiful voice. I mean, I was really her phrasing. She's got a lot of different styles, and I love what she's doing. I love how she's incorporating it, making her own style out of it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Absolutely.
tone, great songs. She's on the right track.
Yep. Absolutely. Can't wait to see where she's going to go next and just kind of watch her journey along the way. Next week, we got singer-songwriter Mark Taylor that will be joining us in the hot seat. That will be a lot of fun. And then I believe coming up on the 14th of June, I believe that's the date. We're going to have your friend and mine, Todd Howarth.
That's correct.
From
Yeah.
Fraley's Comet.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
I know it's a Nashville show, but you know what? Todd's awesome.
Yeah, he's done Nashville. We've done Nashville, so he's just a different venue. That's all.
Exactly. Absolutely. So we'll have Todd Howarth of Ace Frehley's band, Fraley's Comets, and he will be joining us.
And he was with Cheap Trick for 20 years too. And
He
Ted
was.
Nugent. And Ted Nugent.
And Ted Nugent. Yep. Yep. He's worked with them all. So we're going to kind of spice up the Nashville show a little bit that week. Todd's not a stranger to this show. He's been on the show a few times already. And of course, we're excited to have him come back. And he's a friend of yours as well. So
Absolutely. And bandmate,
And bandmate. Yeah, exactly. So that'd be fun to have him on there. And we didn't get a chance to do co-host corner. We just kind of jumped right into our guest, but we'll save your music for next week or the week
good,
after.
Brother. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that show. It was great, Roger.
Awesome. All right. The girls are off. They're all sick today, but they will be back next week and so forth. So until next week, guys, you have yourself a great week. I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day. So for Elise Harper, along with Pat Patrick James. I am Roger the Wild Child, and you guys have yourself an awesome rest of your week.